Hey guys, Joshua Skywriter here. Today I'm going to be talking about probably people's most unfavorite topic, rejections. Rejections are something that every writer has to deal with. I don't care who you are, whether you were Ray Bradbury or Asimov or David Goyer or any person working in town or trying to become a writer, you deal with rejections. And usually, especially in the beginning, a lot of them. And I wanted to talk about this because I recently sent out a script where 4 out of the 5 people who read it really liked it, but there was still one guy who was like, this isn't for me. And because it's so easy to forget that writing really is subjective, and I know that I'm beating a dead horse here, but it can be very easy to forget. And I think also rejections are good, especially for neophyte writers, because you need to battle harden yourself. You need to have rhino thick skin. You need to have armor because of how harsh the rejections are, even when the rejections are wrong and you know they're wrong, which does happen too. Rejections are good also because sometimes that thing you're working on may not be as good as you think it is, and that's okay because that's a good barometer to know that. Rejections should never be taken personally, even though it can be hard sometimes, especially if the person doing the rejecting, isn't necessarily nice about it or kind or constructive. And rejections can also, for some, be a setback mentally or in terms of the morale. And I really urge that whoever that is the case for, that they don't let it bother you. You really don't have time, if you're a writer or creative, to let rejection stop you from creating more. And if it gets to too much, you have to ask yourself, is this really for you, because of the sheer amount of rejection you have to face on a daily basis? So that being said, a good attitude to have about rejections, and some of the best advice I ever got regarding rejections, is A, know that you're on the right path if you're getting them because someone's reading your stuff, and B, collecting them should be your new hobby. And honestly, once you get used to it, it's not so bad. It rolls off, and you realize that you could submit that same piece of material elsewhere. And usually, if someone rejects your stuff, that really doesn't mean necessarily that that is a bad piece of material. I've had material that's been passed on by one place, but then Paramount wanted me to come in and pitch them out a whole season of a pilot, which I thought was insane because I thought, well, someone rejected this. Maybe that means it's completely bad. But then now, that company wanted me to come in and talk about it. Or that piece of material I just mentioned. Or I'm trying to think of what other cases. There have been material that I won awards for that was really liked, but then it just wasn't for a lot of the production companies I had sent it to. So it's all kind of a crapshoot, to be honest. But that's okay, because at the end of the day, what you're trying to do is continually create content and not let the rejections bother you. And if anything, use it to propel you forward and create more and to get better. So those are my thoughts on rejection. If you're getting rejections, that's okay. If you're getting sales, that's great. If you're getting both, that's pretty normal. A lot of professional writers get both all the time. I've met a lot of people who I've heard ideas that they fired off. I've read some of their stuff and I thought this is going to be a surefire sale, and that's not always the case. And I've read stuff where I'm like, I don't know how this could ever sell, and it does. So keep that in mind and keep working and just create as much good stuff as you can the best way you can. All right, guys, those are my thoughts. If you like this video, please press like or subscribe to my channel or share it or leave a comment. All right, happy writing.